we're gonna carry on and plan the sequel, because let's face it, baby, these days, you gotta have a sequel.
And welcome back to Micro Queers. It's your bi-weekly queer horror short roundup, and I'm Joe.
And I'm Trace, and this week we are discussing João Dall'Stella's Steam. Joe, we are re-entering the world of gay bathhouse horror.
I know. Yeah, second time's the charm. I actually quite liked this one.
I did it as well.
Yeah, it's a fairly sparse logline. So it's a gay couple goes to a bathhouse for a cheat night, unaware that a killer lurks behind the steam.
And I would actually argue this is one where the killer isn't really the focus of it. It's actually the center relationship between our two, one protagonist and one asshole.
Yeah, just getting it out of the way right off the top, folks. If you are in an open couple and one person is pushing for like an open cheat night or like some kind of dates with other people, it's like you really need to set up the ground rules better than this couple do, because clearly our protagonist is not into it.
Yeah, and this is something where, because I know people have a lot of opinions about open relationships and stuff, and it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, based on what we are seeing in this 15-minute short, it's not that long. We don't have a lot of time to see like what their establishment of their relationship is, but watching it, it's like, okay, clearly the one guy, Mr. Tall, skinny, white dude, he told his boyfriend, yeah, we're good for this. In practice, not feeling it. Yeah. And that is something that can very much happen. And it is up to the other partner, when that happens, if that happens, to be understanding and say, you know what, that's right. We don't have to do this right now. Because the way that this relationship played to me was like the worst things you hear about open relationships, where it's like, okay, I feel like they're doing it to like save their relationship almost, which is not a reason to open up your relationship.
Yeah, the reason that people do this kind of stuff is because they're looking to expand their sexual horizons. Like they're both interested in the idea of livening up their sexual livelihood. In this case, it absolutely seems like the partner, I think his name is Juan, mostly just wants to fuck other people, which is like, that's when you break up, folks. Or you have a really candid conversation like, we're going to open it up, but I'm going to go off and do my own thing.
Well, it's also because they call it cheat night, which to me immediately was a red flag. Because here's the thing: when you're open, and I'm not like an expert on. There's no right. There's no rules. Like you make up your own rules.
Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Yeah.
But like, I just feel like calling it a cheat night sets it up for disappointment, because cheat automatically has a negative connotation. And whether you are open in the sense that, oh, you bring in other people and you only play together, or if you go your separate ways and do sleep with other people, if you're in an open relationship, it's not cheating. Cheating implies you're going against the rules that are set. And that was, again, like, I don't think that's a fault of the film. That's very much like what these characters are doing here. And I really liked that it did that. Like I'm of two minds as to whether the film, the writer, thinks that open relationships are a good idea, but I don't think that this film necessarily presents it in a bad light. It's just that this particular relationship probably doesn't need to be open. It needs to be over.
Oh yeah, and well, technically is, because they're both dead by the end of the short. But I think my only issue with this kind of stuff, and it's not the fault of the short, it's part of the larger mainstream way that queer life can sometimes be cataloged. I worry that straight people watch this and get this impression that, oh, this is what gay lifestyles are like. It was much more of an issue when I very much was dealing with my own internalized homophobia. And as I've said numerous times on the podcast, I was cheated on. So like the idea of like couples forcing each other into things because one person secretly wants to just fuck other people does hit me a little bit close to home.
I think that's fair. Again, the second the guy is like, I don't think I can do this, and his partner's response is anger. Like,
yeah, you promised me, we talked about this, and you promised me. You're like, oh, so I guess just for larger, the way that people look at this, they might say like, oh wow, why do gay couples do this kind of thing, which I don't always love. But if you remove that kind of context, look at this solely with what we're seeing in the short, yeah, we've got a couple that is clearly not communicative in the right sense, and then they find themselves in a very dangerous situation.
And rewinding a little bit back to what you said about how, like, oh, straight people watching this, are they going to think, oh, this is what gay life is like? And that's the thing, right? This is a queer creator with like doing a film with queer representation.
Yep.
And it's not exactly a lie of what this is, but you are right in the sense that, yes, obviously not all queer people, specifically gay men, do this.
Right.
But there are people that do. I mean, again, going back to our previous microqueers on Sauna of the Dead, you have bathhouses in Canada still, don't you? I mean, we have them in the States, just not where I live.
Right. Yeah. Well, you folks are still a little bit more sexually repressed, but
it's Texas.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things that I appreciated about this is that you also get a better sense of like, I like how coded the different kind of rooms and the events that happen in a sauna are here. Like there's very much a dark room, but we never actually see it. We just get to hear the sounds. And there's the steam room where there's cruising going on. And, you know, we even get a brief introduction to how bathhouse culture works when Juan tells his boyfriend, I think the main character's name is Toby, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, we'll say main character for lack of a better term. He tells me, you know, like if you see somebody that you like, make eye contact. And if you don't, then, you know, that's kind of a cue that it's not going to work. And I did really appreciate the framing where most of the time we don't see anybody else's face or they're not in focus. And it's because we're very much seeing it from this main character's point of view. And he's hesitant to make eye contact because he's really not sure what he wants to do.
Well, I mean, it's Thomas, by the way, so we're both wrong on it, but we're close. No, but and the way that this is filmed, especially with the score isn't bombastic. It's not very loud, but it's
a heartbeat.
It's undertones constantly, and it's very unsettling. It's very much like something is amiss here, and I love that kind of plays either or both. In the sense of, okay, Thomas is uncomfortable being here.
Yes.
/ there's also people getting murdered here. I do want to know why Juan has been here before and hasn't been murdered, but you know, details.
I mean, maybe it's like if you come on a certain night or I mean, well, actually, no, I can't answer you that because he came before the killer was working there, because remember, she makes a point of saying that she hadn't seen him before.
Yes. And speaking of, though, by the way, only credited as receptionist, but like this is a fun character. And I mean, I love everything about this receptionist. And I actually wanted more from her, especially once we get the ending we do. And this is a rare short that we have where I was like, that's it. Like, let's keep going, movie.
Particularly at the 15-minute mark, right? It feels like it should be telling a very complete story, but it really feels like, oh, this is the middle act of our horror film.
Yeah, and I think that's why, though, so we'll just move into this little segment that we do for microqueers, but like I would 100% watch a full-length feature of this. I don't know if I would want it to be like a one setting film where it's like, cool, the whole movie takes place at the bathhouse, or if it's like, I don't know.
Oh no, you open with this couple and you really delve into like what their relationship drama is that's leading them to open it up. And then it's like, we finally made a decision. One partner gets cold feet when they get to the bathhouse, and then all hell breaks loose.
That's something too, right? Like, I mean, like this is not polyamory. This is just open relationship. But like, be it an open relationship or polyamory, I love that. Like, I mean, I want to see more films tackle this material because honestly, there's a lot of material and drama to mine out of this concept, and you just don't see it as much in cinema, even indie cinema, because it's still kind of this taboo thing.
Very much so. Yeah, we don't like the idea that you find someone and then you find other people. Like the way that we've been customized to think of like romance and love is that you have to find the one,
right?
Which is absolutely ridiculous. Very Hollywood. It's a social construction, often kind of misogynistic because it's very much imposed on women, but we do see it on gay men as well. Like, I don't know about you, but the weird pressure that not so much me, but I felt other friends who are in like long-term relationships, like their families are now completely accustomed to saying like, well, when are you two going to get married? When are you going to settle down? Even now, like, when are you going to have kids?
Oh,
Oh,
no.
I'm sorry. Don't force that shit on us. That's straight shit.
Is that not the one like right that we are awarded as being queer people? Like, no, stop asking me about kids.
Well, or it's my choice. Like it's always people's choices. Why do we force these things on people? So
Right.
yeah, not a
For
fan.
sure. Well, what about you though? So would you watch a feature-length version of this?
Yes, if only because I'm a little more cool on the ending than you
Mhm.
are. I like that it's not a twist as to who the killer is, because
Yeah.
if you pay attention to her nails, they're demon claws.
Mhm.
So I was like, oh, okay, clearly she's a villain from the moment they enter.
Ooh. But like, okay, do we keep it like in the realm of the real, and do we make her like, oh, it's like a drag queen, like dressed up, or is it like this is a demon in drag form? I
Could
love it.
could be either, right? But yeah, no, I love the idea of starting with the relationship, building to the moment where they decide they're going to take this sexual leap at the bathhouse, and then yeah, have it come out that there's some kind of killer, supernatural or grounded,
Mhm.
and then yeah, I mean, I think it'd be very fascinating to build this up as a big slasher villain, right? Like
Well,
give this person something more to do.
Well, I think we are in luck, though. I mean, again, I don't. There isn't one being made, but João has turned this script of this short into a feature-length screenplay. It was a finalist at the New York City Horror Film Festival for Best Horror Screenplay. Considered one of the top 1% screenplays on WeScreenplay.com.
Okay.
So it exists. We just have to have
Mhm.
someone make it. And I mean, again, given the content, it's queer, it's violent, it's horror. Like, who knows if it'll happen? But I certainly hope that it does.
Well, the time has kind of never been better
Yeah.
considering how popular queer horror is again.
Queer
Or
horror, it's so hot
is
right now.
so hot right now.
Well, all right, listeners, let us know what you thought of Steam. Obviously, Joe and I were pretty big fans of it, and let us know what you think of that ending. And also, what would your feature length version of this film look like? I actually
Mhm.
would love to talk to Joe about that soon because I want to know what his plan is.
Yeah, send us a script.
Yes, but all right. Well, until our next time. On that note, we can cross out Steam.
Yes, and cross out micro queers.